Good morning, it's Dr. Shelley, and yes, the Ngn Nclex is changing next year, so not this year. And so the Ngn Nclex changing next year, April 2026, and remember the rule. The NCLEX changes every 3 years anyway, right? It's just that the big, huge changes only occur every about 10 years or so. So if you think about it, the last time the Ngn NCLEX changed in a big way was 2023 with the case studies and everything else. The last time it changed in such a radical manner was 2013. But every 3 years the test changes, it updates, it does what it needs to do to keep everybody current. Now, guess what? The Ngn Nclex test changes next year. Well, I got to keep up with it. I've gone to the conference. I know what they're going to expect out of you. I see the multiple patient case studies that are already starting to torture you a little bit. And so with the Ngn Nclex changing, so are we. We have implemented several new programs that I think you will like. However, I told you a few videos ago, I am trying to pay more attention to my members. So members, you get the Black Friday deal. Yeah, everybody's been asking, when's the Black Friday deal coming? When's the Black Friday deal coming? So I got a news flash for you. If you're a paying member, which means $1.99 or $6.99 or $20.99 or whatever comes out of your account every single month for HETV on YouTube to be that member, then you get perks, honey. It's that simple. So no matter what it is, I don't care what it is, if you are a member, you get 50% off anything you want. Except one thing, because I don't supply it. And that would be the self-study $3.99 type of deal through PayHip. Excuse me, what's that about? I gotta take my zinc. So if you are getting the self-study, which is like all the packets through PayHip, I can't discount that. If you're local and you want all the packets, you can pick those up and get your 50% off as long as you're a paying member on my YouTube channel. There is a difference between joining the YouTube channel and subscribing on the YouTube channel. Subscribing means no money's coming out of you, and we appreciate our subscribers and we love them and we do give them discounts. But we really, really, really want to thank our members for their loyalty, which means they didn't only subscribe, but they're taking money out of their hard-earned wallet and sending it our way so we can keep promoting and producing videos without advertisers. Yeah, so if you notice, I don't have any, like advertiser type stuff in there. I personally don't. A lot of channels do. They are sponsored. That's what that means. They're sponsored, and they themselves will read off a script to support or promote a product. And maybe one day I will. I think Temu asked me to do it. I do like Temu, so maybe one day I will. But for right now, all of you members who are like literally paying, you actually support the channel. Because it takes a lot to make videos. You probably figured that out. Anywho, let's talk about the Ngn Nclex test changing and what it means with my courses and my new options that I have for you. One of the options has come about because when I do my 3-day boot camps, and let's remember what that is. Whenever I do the 3-day boot camp, which is $399, the next one is coming up in a few days. It's November 28th, 29th, and the 30th. Whenever I do those boot camps, many of the people that came from all over the world, not just all over the country, but all over the world, tell me that they would have liked to have stayed a whole week because it's so much information and they could have gotten even more if they'd stayed just that 1 week. Typically, with any time you go out of state or out of the country, you definitely are going to, for a conference, you're definitely going to have to take off the day before, the day after anyway. So many of them are saying, I think you should do a week intensive programming. And that is what I'm about to offer. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. The other thing that is really, really requested, especially here locally, is a weekend program, right? Do you have a weekend program? Shelly, I work Monday through Friday. I can't come during the week. There's no way. I work in an outpatient clinic, or I work in ambulatory health, or whatever. And to that I say, okay, fine, I'm gonna do it. I haven't done it in years, but whatever. Teaching is teaching. I can, blend in. So let's go over both the new options and just recap some of the old options, just so you know what the hell is she doing now. So here we go. As I stated, the test is changing April 2026. The Ngn Nclex is changing, and I got good news. It's not going to change dramatically. They are trying to make it so you can take it in the comfort of your home. I'm not sure how they're going to do that if some people don't have the greatest internet connection, but that I would have to say is the biggest thing. I went to the conference on this, and they've just kind of assured us that there's just not going to be a lot of dramatic changes. If something changes from now and then, I will quickly let you know. I would say that when they have looked at how to gauge what the general public would need a nurse to know, it's going to be heavy procedures. It's probably going to be a little heavier on medications. And so there is that, okay? So when they change, we change, right? When you move, I move. And so let's talk about this Weekend Warrior program. The Weekend Warrior program is for any student, even those who failed a lot or graduated forever ago, or whatever their high risk situation is, internationally trained, as well as for the student trying to pass their HESI or their ATI, and they can only come on weekends, as well as just a traditional new grad who can only come on weekends, okay? Now, weekend programming is different because you get a little extra time, because I know during the week you're distracted. So it is $699 with a payment plan available. Let's talk about how that works out. It would be every week you'd be in class, but it would be either a Saturday or a Sunday. So every other Saturday, 9:30 to 2:30 in the morning, 9:30, right? 9:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon, you would sit here with me and we would go through our little rhythmages and we would do our thing. The opposite week, that next week up, would be Sunday. So every other Sunday. Now, I'm a church going girl, so I get it. And so Sundays are more like 1:30, and we can push it to 2. It depends on the group, but at least 1:30 or 2 o'clock, depending on the group that I have, to 5:30 or 6. So that is your second day of instruction. This promises to be very limited seating, okay? Real limited seating. First come, first serve. It is 12 weeks. So this is a 12-week course. And if you need longer, that's fine. Extensions are available. If you need an additional 6 more weeks, then it would be an additional $299. Payment plans are available. Typically, payment plans are like $100 a week. Every time you come, you bring $100 kind of thing, until your balance is 0. Or you could pay everything up front. I don't really care. We take cash, we take Zelle, and we take PayPal. PayPal is my last resort. I don't like it. I am weaning from it, but you just need to know that is available. Some requirements for this course include UWorld RN. Even if you're an LPN, you're going to need UWorld RN to be in this course. And I'll talk about that later. And of course, Netflix, because we do our case studies off of Grey's Anatomy, off of Nurse Jackie. And so you are expected to have Netflix, okay? Just is what it is. Most people have it anyway. I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. All right, so that's new and improved Weekend Warrior option, okay? Next option for students that need alternatives is the CNR Intensive 1-Week Ngn Nclex Remediation with one-on-one coaching and 3-day boot camp. What this means is that you get 7 full days. 2 of those days include one-on-one intense like consultation, loving on you, troubleshooting, what are you doing wrong, making sure that you understand the whole program so when you go home, you know what you're doing. Making sure we do some pre-admission testing. Where are you? And then at the end, like, where are you now? And how much do you have to do? And how far do you have to go to take your test? What day should you take your test? When should you apply for your ATT? We do all of that one-on-one. And then the 4 days in the classroom are one traditional day in the classroom like we do every single week in Shelly's Nursing Review that you very often will see me record from. And then we do the boot camp for you. So that boot camp is those 3 days at the end of the week. This is very, very exclusive, and I can only accommodate 2 students per month. So it is definitely first come, first serve. For this option, we also have housing available. It's an extra cost. It's not my house, but we have housing available to help those of you who want to use this option, because 99 times out of 100, you're coming in from some other state and you've got 1 week to get your life together and to let me help you do that. And so for that student, we have housing. It's so easy because it's down the street. There's actually a hotel as well that is down the street, but some people want to cook. They want to, have a refrigerator. They want to have that air fryer, that microwave. They want to know that, there's a washer and dryer there and a backyard deck. It's kind of cold right now, but, there is a double deck out in the back, and it's just, more homey, more private, I guess. This program includes all the written resources that we have to offer. In other words, you're always going to get your 8 pink packets, and you're always going to get every single handout that goes with every single playlist on HETV. So hematology, cardiology, respiratory, gastroenterology, burns or integumentary, geriatrics, maternity, pediatrics, growth and development, ortho, which is your musculoskeletal, your cancer, your immunology, your infectious diseases, your neuro, your acid base, my God, acid base, your renal, everything. You will get everything, every medication packet there ever was, which at this point I think is like 8 of them. So, procedures, everything, basic care, everything. So get ready. Yeah, get ready. All right, now there's over 1,000 videos, as you know, that you'll have access to, but you'll also get sent home with written case studies. I think you can't beat it. It's $11.89, and we prefer Zelle or cash. PayPal is an option. It won't be an option soon, so, if you need PayPal, you better get on it now. So these are the things that we're doing at Shelly's Nursing Review. And of course, I'm Dr. Shelly. So again, with this NCLEX changing, you are probably listening to me at a point where you could take the old NCLEX and do fine. But at those of you who are in school and you're thinking, I've got to plan this out. What could I do? Which program should I take? These are some more options. Now, what options already exist? Well, don't forget, we have our self-study, which means you don't come to Cleveland at all, like you do here and like you do here, because both of these you are in Cleveland, Ohio. The self-study is where we send everything home with you through email. We email you every PDF that we have. We do a consultation or so or more to tell you how to use the program efficiently. We obviously give you the, oh my God, study guide, every pink packet, blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes. The 3-day boot camps are super popular. What can I say? Every month or so, we gather in this room and we talk about everything Nclex that's a pink packet. So we do the basic care and comfort. We do the reduction of risk. We do the management of care, the health promotion and maintenance. We take care of that physiological adaptation. We cover pharmacology thoroughly. We go into psych. Everything that's on the test plan, we do, and then we do case studies using Nurse Jackie or Grey's Anatomy from Netflix. Delayed, not denied is here in Cleveland. It is for that high-risk student who needs way more than 12 weeks. Typically, these students stay 5 months and then can even get an extension if they needed it. They're very high-risk students. They failed quite a few times. They've graduated a while ago. They've had some serious things happen in their lives to make them have this high-risk situation. My English second language students, especially those in Columbus, love this. That is in Cleveland, Ohio only. That is the program that comes with a guarantee, 100% money back guarantee. The next program that comes with 100% money back guarantee is the traditional Ngn Nclex HESI ATI student. Here, you are trying to pass the HESI or the ATI, and you want to come into the program after you've graduated, and it's $589 as long as you sign up within 30 days of graduation. If you don't and you wait too long, it's $989 and you become the non-traditional delayed, not denied. But as long as you signed up like immediately after graduating, it's $589. You get the resources, you get everything you need. You do, when you're in these classroom type settings, whether it's delayed, not denied, or traditional, you have to earn your packets. The reason for that is that I'm putting my name on you. I'm giving you 100% money back guarantee. For that, I'm going to judge when you're ready for your next packet. I'm going to see if you really are watching the videos. I'm going to check and monitor your UWorld scores. I'm going to see if you earned the right to move on to the next subject, the way our mastery program dictates. So again, the Ngn Nclex test is changing, and so are we. We will always be the best in the world to accommodate the best nurses in the world. And so if you want to pass, give me a call. Text me if any of this turns you on at 216-410-0936. And of course, remember, if you are a member, you will need to screenshot proof of that membership and make sure you send it to me, and then you get discounts on everything. Now, I don't know if you remember, but of course there's my 8 pink packets that are always on sale for $108 if you go through me. If you go through PayHip, you can get all this stuff too, but they're not going to be on sale, right? So the 8 pink packets that come through me are the 8 instructional packets that you see me teaching from all the time in a lot of the videos. Those 8 pink packets for Black Friday for my members is half off, so $54. Again, members, I love you, I appreciate you, I honor you, and everything I offer is half off. But guess what? Yeah, November 30th, it's a wrap. I'll think of another discount for you though. Deuces. Love you, members. Thanks for your patronage. We appreciate you.